Well, here in Wales, the land of Nye Bevan, Keir Hardie, Neil Kinnock, which for a century has been a solid Labour heartland. And if you rewind the clock 20 years to Tony Blair's new Labour landslide victory, there wasn't a single Conservative MP in Scotland and there wasn't a single one here in Wales. And yet the party already has 11 Welsh MPs and they are hoping that on June the 8th they will overtake Labour and become the biggest party here. Back in April, a surprise poll by YouGov gave the Conservative Party an astonishing 10-point lead in Wales. For the Tories to succeed here would be sensational. The last time the party came first here was the 1850s. The Labour Party was born out of the wider union movement, which had its roots in heavy manufacturing, the steel industry and the coal mines of the Industrial Revolution. During the 1980s, when Margaret Thatcher closed down many of the pits, the Conservative Party became even more toxic in the eyes of many Welsh voters.
Always voted Labour, always. Never deviated at all.
And can I ask why?
Well, because as far as I'm concerned, the only political party that'll try to help the working class is the Labour Party.
Chris Bryant, the local MP for the Rhondda, who is fighting off a challenge from Plaid Cymru, the Welsh nationalists, says that he entered politics because of his loathing for Mrs Thatcher.
And that is a very strong perception here locally as well. It's partly, obviously, this is a former mining constituency and, you know, the battle of 1984 is still etched on people's minds.
There is one thing that Leanne Wood, leader of Plaid Cymru, agrees with Chris Bryant.
The future of our health service is at stake. The future of our national institution through devolution is at stake. And the livelihoods and incomes of many people are at stake through changes to pensioners' incomes and to state benefits as well. So think very carefully, read as widely as possible as to what the Conservatives are proposing. It won't be good for you.
But the old, tight-knit loyalty to the Labour Party may be starting to fray, even here in the heartlands of the Welsh valleys. Some voters believe that New Labour did little to ease the problems in the area during its 13 years in government. And then there was the EU referendum, and Wales voted in favour of Brexit. Steve Young, a retired mason from a family of miners, is about to vote Tory for the very first time.
Corbyn isn't really a strong leader, as far as I'm concerned.
I totally agree.
Like, I've never voted Tory in my life, but going to Brexit, I can't imagine Corbyn negotiating a good Brexit for Great Britain.
The issue of Labour's leadership has dogged the party in Wales, just as it has almost everywhere else in the country. Jeremy Corbyn, who took over 2 years ago, is perhaps the most divisive leader in the party's history.
I've looked back over his history since he joined the Labour Party at a very young age, and everything that he's fought for, I truly believe in.
When he got in, I said, in temper more than anything, I said to all my friends, as long as he's in the Labour Party, I'm not going to vote for Labour. And if I change my mind now, I'll be a hypocrite, so I'm not going to vote while he's there anyway.
Perhaps for that reason, the Welsh Labour campaign scrubbed out almost all mention of the national leader. But the party manifesto promising extra money for schools and hospitals appears to have gone down very well in Wales, and that is starting to pay dividends if the latest polls are to be believed. More recent YouGov surveys have suggested the major reversal of fortunes for the Labour Party in Wales. Instead of being far behind, they now appear to be leading by a healthy margin.
Historically, Wales has been a Labour bastion. It remains tenacious, it's deeply rooted in Welsh communities. It's got a popular leader in Wales in Carwyn Jones. Welsh Labour are running essentially a small-end nationalist campaign in Wales. I mean, Jeremy Corbyn is not part of the picture. It's all being focused on Carwyn Jones. It's standing up for Wales is the slogan. I mean, this is small-end nationalist politics, which Welsh Labour have done brilliantly.
Many seats along the M4 corridor in Newport and Cardiff may not turn blue after all.
Well, I think originally it was definitely going to be the Conservatives. But having released a manifesto earlier on this week, or the latter part of last week, whatever it was, I'm in two minds. Definitely in two minds. And Jeremy Corbyn doesn't look to be the ideal candidate, but I do think we need some opposition to the Conservatives.
Ironically, it seems that predictions of a Tory landslide have galvanised some voters into thinking that maybe Labour does need their vote after all.